Right, ladies and gents, and welcome back to BattleTech with Mags. Sorry about the long interrupter there at the start of the stream. I've been playing with the bit rates a little bit. My current stream is a little all over the shop, so I was just trying to tweak it and sort it out. I do have a different microphone tonight, so I'm probably going to sound a little bit different. I've got one that's actually got a mute function on it, so if I start spluttering and coughing, I can actually mute it rather than going straight down the mic. Should be tweaked in. If the audios are a little to the quiet side, please let me know, or if they're too loud as well. I think they might be a touch too loud, actually. Tweak that down, and hopefully we'll have decent audio tonight. Hey Devil, how's it going? Ad break. Sounds pretty different. Yeah, it's the mic I normally use is the Rode Podcaster. It's a ultra high quality studio mic. It's a fantastic mic. This is the EPOS. I forget the model for it actually. Yeah, I can't remember the model, but it's an EPOS mic. It's a more of a desktop one. It's a bit more convenient to use. I generally use this for just chat type stuff when I'm not doing recording or high quality stuff. But it's reasonably good quality, and it's got a mute button straight on the front of it. So if I feel myself starting to sneeze, cough, and splutter, I can just hit the mute button and just save you guys the trouble. Although I think I'm better now. I've slept half the friggin' day, so I think I'm actually starting to break here, which is good. So, g'day Somerset. So as I said last night on the Elder Scrolls stream, that today I wouldn't be able to stream because I was going to have my contacts out. Well, I got a phone call at about 4 o'clock this afternoon, which frankly was only like an hour and a half after I got out of bed anyway. I got a phone call this afternoon from my specialist. Unfortunately, that really hard to get set of contacts that I was talking about that we had to order in, the supplier screwed up, and we're not going to be able to get them till the end of the month now. So, well, thankfully I was only sleeping most of the day, and it's probably a good thing because I don't think I would have been COVID cleared by Friday or Thursday, anyway, for the tomorrow for the actual tests. So it's probably a good thing in the long run. But it turns out that I could have worn the contact and it wasn't actually a major thing. So it'll now be, I believe the 28th is the day that I'm not going to have the contacts in for the whole day. So that'll be the day that I'm not streaming, so I can have my eyes poked and prodded on the 29th. Yes, we're going to be doing BattleTech tonight. Two reasons for that. One, the internet connection is a little bit unstable, and I wasn't sure how it would take doing Skyrim again tonight if we were to go that way. And two, I'm a little bit clearer in the head after sleeping for 12 hours solid. So hopefully we can get away with actually getting a new mech and not screwing up my entire campaign this time. Anyways, on that note, we should probably actually get into doing BattleTech. And sorry to hear I got it. Yeah, it was only a matter of time. As I was sort of saying, discussing with a few people in regards to COVID on Discord earlier today. This was not unexpected. All the mandates were removed. Nobody bet the bug. The bug was everywhere. The reason why the mandates were removed and stripped away is because the bug got out of control. There was no longer any point to them. It was everywhere. And all the schools opened back up and everything else all opened. Now, I wasn't too concerned with mine and my wife's day-to-day interactions. We generally don't have a lot of contact with other people. So, got it or think I got it? Oh no, I've got it. I've got all the rat tests to prove it. The wife had it. Both the boys have had it now. They got over it really fast. The kids had it for like a day and snapped out of it and was gone, and they've been perfectly healthy ever since. The wife and me, a little bit longer on that. The only one who hasn't got it so far is actually my daughter being in the house. 4 of us with it. Missed her on all of them, which is good. I'm just sort of hoping she hasn't got it and getting it delayed because she goes back home on Friday, so we'll see. Anyways, as I was saying, it was not exactly an unexpected thing in the slightest. We knew it would come through. We weren't concerned about our day-to-day interactions, but where we knew it would come through is the school. Now, our school's a pretty good school, but like any school out there, there are always parents that can't control fucking head lice. We all know this. Every single primary school, there'll be a letter that comes in. If you've got kids at primary school, you know about this. Once every couple of weeks, there'll be a letter that comes home. We've had a case of head lice at the school. Can you please check your children? If there are parents at school that can't control fucking head lice in their kids, the chances of them stopping fucking COVID in their kids is near impossible. So it was going to spread through the school. And we were fully expecting at the start of the school year, you know, all the mandates just freshly cleared, kids go back to school within 2 to 3 weeks of school starting, one of the boys to catch it, bring it home from school, we'd get it, and that would be it. COVID would go through the house, and it would be over and done with. Amazingly, that didn't happen. It took all the way till the last week of school, because that's where it come from. That's what we've confirmed that now. That was the contact point. There was a case of COVID on the very last week of school, and Aiden, my son, got it, and he brought it home, gave it to me, his brother, and my wife. And that's where it come from. And that's where it was going to happen. One way or another, that's where it was going to come through. And that's where it did come through. So we've got it now. It's mostly burnt through and gone, I think. I think I'm coming good. Hopefully within the next couple of days I'll be perfectly fine. My wife's much better now. All of her crackle in her voice is already gone. Sons are perfectly fine now. No problems with them at all. They're looking at us wondering why the hell it's taking us so long to get over it. Like there's something wrong with us. And yeah, that was all there is to it. It was just going to happen. So I'm not surprised by it. If anything, I'm surprised it took this long to actually catch it. But it was a known thing, and I've been intentionally keeping, 3 weeks worth of food in the house at all times, and an extra stock of things like Panadol and all that kind of bullshit in the house for the entire time, knowing that it was going to hit us, and when it did, it was going to hit all of us, and it is highly likely we weren't going to be able to get anybody to do supply runs for us, so I needed enough in the house that we could immediately lock the doors, we're done, isolate 2 weeks. Finished. And we could do it. And that's what we've done. As soon as we had a fair idea that this is what it was, even before the rat test came back, shut the doors, called it isolation, and it was about 2 days after that we got the ticket, and yeah, okay, that's it. That's what it is. So yeah, it's not a big deal. I've had worse headaches from a hangover. I'll tell you that right. I've had worse headaches, as I was saying on Discord earlier today, from not having a coffee when I get up in the morning than the headache in this one. The headache in this was actually manageable with over-the-shelf Panadol, like just run-of-the-mill Panadol, nothing special. I'm actually kind of disappointed. All the media, ooh, and it's terrible and it's horrible. It's fucking nothing. It's an irritation. The worst part is the drowsiness, because I was the fogginess in the brain, because I was really struggling to try and concentrate what I was doing sometimes, and my productivity has just crashed, which normally doesn't happen. I can normally have the flu and be friggin' terrible, and I work just fine. I can't record anything because I sound terrible, but I get shit done. But yeah, that was the worst part of it. Anyways, Mech Warriors. Let's see exactly where we're at since we've chatting about this bullshit. Let's see. Alright, points-wise, we've got points for tactics, we've got points for piloting. I kind of want to push gunnery more.
What? No.
Cerberus, 424, nothing special. Drill bit, 404. Nothing to spend. We need to complete the tactics lineup. Hulk's the same. Although Hulk, we need to either get rid of her perk, or we need to replace her as a pilot. Relentless will give you your 4. So now you're 4 across the board, and we can decide what to do with you on the next turn, because that's just the way I like to build my pilots. Mech bays. Did we have anything that was in the process of getting worked on, and where were we up to in terms of parts? In time. Alright, still got the Assassins with the Lead Spitter, Urban Mech, Wasp, Falcon, and we just picked up the Javelin. That was our new toy, which is just completed. So we got SRM6s with ammo, and that's all it's got. 3 tons of ammo, 2 SRM6s, and the armor maxed out. It's not a terrible mech. It's not a build that I would prefer, but it's not a terrible mech, and that's still 12 SRMs at a light rate, so that's okay. Cool. Financial report in 12 days, and I believe we've just arrived at a new planet with an entirely new set of contracts, including one that we are all kitted out for. So, let's get straight into this. Alright, so we want play more on the lead spitter. We leave Cerberus in the Assassin. Actually, it's a battle polar region. That's 1.5 skull. Relentless. Yeah, no, we'll stick with Relentless. We'll keep Relentless in the Falcon. We'll go with that lineup.
Mech warriors, prepare for combat.
Yeah, Ingress point, fair enough. But yeah, it's kind of is expected. I prefer not to be the Ingress point for my parents getting it though. Yeah, well that's fair. Like it's primary school kids though. Like there's no way known you're ever going to stop it moving through a primary school. It just is what it is. Once you get into high schools and stuff, you can take precautions and do what you need to do. But kids will be kids when they're in primary school, so it's just going to happen. And frankly, I said I'll be honest. I would rather catch this and get it over and done with than have my kids not being allowed to be kids like they have been for the last 2 years. Because I've noticed things with them. There is I think we're going to find over the next couple of years that there's going to be a lot of talk about what the last 2 years of lockdowns have actually done to kids at that primary school age, because I can see it, particularly in my youngest son. Me and my wife have had to redouble our efforts on his learning, and we were already working on it pretty hard just because he's disengaged from learning so heavily because of the lockdowns, and the lockdowns were the trigger for it.
Command interface
So I'd rather that not continue, and I can deal with a couple of days of having basically an angry flu. It's fine. I'm a big boy. Right. Okay, so the battle zone is going to be up here. So we've got a crater that they're going to be starting in with a tree line, which means they've got pretty good cover. Open area through here. We've got this one rock formation. It's only one enemy scout lance. Yeah, it's pretty open terrain, and this is the only area of coverage we've got. So we're going to try and bait them out and get them to come down here and shoot us, rather than
As you wish.
rather than us try and wander across the open terrain. Although most of them have jump jets good enough to clear it, except the Javelin. And I think I might have had the Rona a month ago or something. Don't know. Asked my boss if I should test since pretty much everyone was sick as well. And she just looked at me and said, no, if you actually have it, the workplace is going to just stop operating. And if that happens, we're fucked. I didn't test, just live off stuff in the freezer and only went to work for 3 weeks and everything blew over. That is not the first time I've heard about stuff like that happening. And with two years of lockdowns, a lot of people have blown through their savings as well. So it's not just businesses forcing employees to suffer or anything like that. A lot of the time it's employees that are volunteering for exactly this because they need the paycheck. It's
Hey.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go.
As long as everybody's happy with the situation, I have no qualms.
I'm listening.
The only real the only real annoying part in regards to mine getting it now is it just happened of all the times to get it during the school year. He just happened to pick it up in the last week before Easter holiday, so we've had Rona on Easter, which has been less than
Awaiting
fun.
orders.
The poor boys deserve better than that, but not much you can do. Just had a
Confirmed.
very quiet Easter, that's all. I started replaying old MechWarrior 2 series. Interesting to see how the quality of the games leaks from MechWarrior 2 to Ghost Bear's Legacy and finally to Mercenaries. Yeah, it's just as they started working out more to what to do with the engine. And, yeah, just, and also
Damage
back in
looks
those
like,
days,
Commander.
like, expansion packs weren't just a DLC that was quick and nasty and put together, like a lot of them are these days. An expansion pack was treated like a full-on game. It was expected that you would put in the same amount of effort on the expansion pack. And sometimes the expansion packs were larger than the original game. They were major endeavors, and usually a sign that the game had sold well and had a very good fan base. Ooh. Okay, that's dangerous, but I want that. I just hope these aren't big. I'm not liking the fact I'm going to have to... terrain I'm going to have to cross to get it, though. We're going to have to kill that. That's going to be a problem otherwise. Yeah, it's only a single missile pod. And then, alright. So. Yeah, I'm not going to bother trying to engage. Claymore, you are going to run all the way back here and hide behind a rock.
Engaging jump jets.
That'll work too. And I'm going to run everybody else back. And I'm going to get these guys to run out in the open so we can actually engage them on open terrain. I don't want them getting the getting mechs that already have significantly more armor than we have. Also getting damage reductions from the trees. They want to fight me.
I've got eyes on hostile reinforcements.
Oh, shit.
They're heading your way.
Okay, this is less than optimal.
Right here. Mm-hmm.
That complicates things. A lot. Plan doesn't change though. So 2 mechs. Just 2. Right. So we got 6 mechs here, and one of them's a Griffin, and I want the Griffin.
What's the
Relentless
plan?
does not have line of sight to anybody. Cool. I'm just going to reserve you. I want you to move. Come on. Use guys. Oh, fuck. There's another one. Locust. That's okay. That's okay. Another Locust. Alright. So it's all lights moving at high speed. These are going to be hard to kill. And that Griffin. And the Griffin is the back line here. So yeah, two Locust, 2 Wasp, a Spider, and 1 Unknown with the Griffin and the backup. And the Griffin is going to stay in those goddamn trees. I can just see it already.
You have orders?
I want... Ah. Oops. Didn't mean to do that. Yeah, we're going to put the Falcon in the trees just for the damage reduction for the moment. Yeah, we'll just brace him there. Give him one more turn to move, and then we're going to have to push out, and we're going to have to... Yeah, 2 full Lancers, 8 mechs.
Damage minimal.
Yeah, I think the way they're grouped... Oh god, they got a Phoenix Hawk as well. Alright, the staying here and doing this may have been a bad idea. Pushing out may have been the better option here. What are you going to be? Just another Stinger. Okay. This is not what I had in mind. And yeah, they're going to stay to the trees. Okay. Right. Locust takes damage reduction. Alright, we need... How is we going to do this? The threat is this thing. We've got to get rid of that Griffin. Although, that Phoenix Hawk isn't much better, to be perfectly honest. Doesn't really matter which way we go here. We have no out that we can maneuver. We've got a sheer mountain here that doesn't offer any cover. And this cliff face leads nowhere. all we could do here is funnel them. Although half of them would come over. Oh, no, they can't come over the top. That kind of terrain they can't move on. They'd have to come around. But then we'd end up having to shirt front them, and they have higher tonnage. There's no room to really easily maneuver down there. Yeah, I'm not liking this. Alright, to lose the evasion pips, how far can we go? Claymore. If I jump, can't get Claymore in optimal range of that Locust. But I can get him in optimal range of that one.
I'm here.
Cerberus can't do either, but the Assassin has range with the SRMs anyway, so that's not too much of an issue. So can potentially move and strike.
Yeah.
Hulk has no jump capability, so can't close and fire any closer than we are here. That is a bad position to be in because of the firing arcs. The worst part is we've got this terrible terrain here. So we take extra stability damage, which we also don't want. But we're within range of the SRMs there as well.
Yes, Commander.
Relentless. Can you? You can. Oh, this is risky. We could ruin ourselves doing this. Really badly. Fuck it, let's do it anyway. Hope yous don't die.
Confirmed.
Death from above in the Falcon. And it misses. Oh, damn it. But we got 2 pips. Alright. That's still workable.
Hey.
That's still workable. Cerberus jumps to here.
Here we go.
Engages.
That looked
Cool.
like a critical hit.
That clears the evasion pips. Oh, you silly bastard. That's exactly where I wanted you to be, too. Does change our layout a little bit here, but that's fine. Claymore. Am I getting an interrupt? Oh no, that's alright. That's the right spot.
Engaging jump jets.
Jumping clear, get the lead splitter into range.
All weapons committed.
Fortunately, he's picked up his evasion
Enemy
pips,
mech.
but we can put
Critical
that much damage down on
detected.
him there.
Commander.
Probably best to do...
Heading
that
out.
turn.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of messed us up at getting a turn in the middle there. They were supposed to get 2 full attacks when it had no evasion markers on it while it wasn't in cover, and we could have potentially have destroyed it and then have moved on. Because the next move has got to be us getting into that forest on the left-hand side. So that Locust getting a move in between stopped us from destroying a mech that turn.
I'm getting pummeled.
Yeah, we're going to get pummeled pretty hard in this mission, whether we like it or not.
Internal structure damage.
Everything's targeting the assassin.
We are all gonna die.
If the assassin dies, I'm going to have to eject all 4 mechs. There's no point in even attempting this mission beyond that point. Not with this. This is not good.
Standing by.
Cerberus and the assassin.
Engaging. Jump jet.
That gets that side covered and away.
Targeting for an alpha strike.
That's it. Griffin gets to move in again. There goes the Falcon. That's nearly all
Losing
the front
armor.
armor gone in direct hit then.
Yeah.
Still got 2 evasion pips. It's pointless
Awaiting
firing the assassin at this point. I've fired by the firing the javelin at this point.
All weapons committed. Enemy mech. Critical damage detected.
And that didn't blow that locust. Yeah, we're done. This mission's done. This is a bust.
I'm gonna die.
Yeah, you are.
I'm listening.
They have our lance weight in 2 of their mechs combined. Plus these lights, which we're not getting through, because there's just too many of them to actually be able to focus down the evasion pips. So it's going to take us 2 to 3 turns per mech to destroy them, and they're taking about a quarter of our armor to a fifth of our armor on all of our mechs every turn. So 5 to 6 turns, all of our mechs are dead. There is no withdraw. There's no exit. There's no exfil point on this map. The only withdraw option is to eject all 4 pilots and accept the destruction of all 4 mechs.
Fire now.
We got our first kill.
Yes, Commander.
No. No, no, no. All of these are on unstable ground. If I move the Falcon onto any of them and it takes 1 direct hit, it's going to get knocked over. But I need the Falcon to Falcon punch the Locust so we have a chance of killing the Locust. Don't have a choice.
Coordinates
Don't have
confirmed.
any chance of completing this. That Locust has to die next. And he misses. Now he strips the last evasion pip. Phoenix Hawk quote from the side of my commando. There we go, there's half my weapons gone.
Warning. Weapon system
Not
destroyed.
the, not commando, the fire starter. So that's our biggest damaged mech, basically crippled.
Warning. Armor low.
stinger shoots through the mountain. It shouldn't have direct line of sight from that point. It was able to make
Warning.
direct contact.
Armor breached. Internal damage.
$10 says I turn the fire starter, I won't be able to return fire through exactly the same path and shoot him. I've seen that more than once since this mod's been installed. Occlusion on enemy mechs is somewhat questionable. There seems to be some bugs. Right. So, alright, we've lost one medium laser and one MG. We didn't blow the ammunition in the side, so we haven't completely lost it. But we're getting pretty close.
Engaging
That'll
jump
give us
jets.
rear arc on this locust. And despite having, well, decently skilled pilots, our hit rate is still below 40% in perfect position.
My mech is taking critical damage. Right here.
Assassin's nearly fucked. And I can't get the assassin far enough out. Okay, this is what I'm talking about. I am on a hill. I am moving into a position that gives me an overlook position on a valley. I can't shoot the locust that's in clear line of sight at the bottom of the valley from that position. This position here has a massive ridge line. That mech could shoot me when I'm on the top of it, even though the ridge line's in the way. This is something that's new, because that never happened in vanilla BattleTech. So this is part of that mod. I can't shoot them, but they can shoot through terrain to get to me on some occasions. And we've ran into this more than once, if you recall previous streams. By the past, I thought it might have just been an odd glitch here and there. Now I'm thinking it's something that's actually permanently encoded into the enemy mechs. The enemy mechs have the ability to shoot through parts of the terrain, and you don't. We can't win this. Next turn, I have to bail out the mechs. I have to bail out all the mechs in one turn, in one go.
Yeah? Affirmative.
That's right, there is the withdrawal button. Sorry, it's been that long since I've ever had to even look at it, I forgot it was there. Yeah, this is ridiculous. I'm going to have to use it. Thank you for reminding me. Withdraw bad fate. A bad fate. Get fucked. That mission is retarded.
The commander orders a retreat.
That was rooted. That was wow. That is the first time since 2018 that I've had to use that button. That's why I couldn't remember it was there. I have not done this since this game was first released, and the only other time I've ever pressed that button was in the pre-release for BattleTech, when I had it before it came out, just to find out what it would do before I reviewed BattleTech. That was shit. And then some. Yeah, that's more than a little broken. That's, as I said, we've run into this a couple of times so far. At least we get salvage. We've run into this a couple of times, and I thought it might have just been a glitch. But that, I can clearly see two positions where I could not shoot directly on something that you can see has clear line of sight. But the enemy mech, you can see shot straight through a mountain. Vanilla game, the animations would sometimes shoot through the mountain. So if missiles had to do an arc or something along those lines, they would occasionally go through. That was a thing. But if there was something that was directly blocking line of sight between two mechs, the shots wouldn't allow you to take the shot in the first place. It was only an animation clipping thing. That's not the case here. They've done something, and I don't know what it is. For whatever it is, I'm not particularly happy with it. I guess we just take a locust part. Guess we take it all. I've spoke about this on streams in the past. One of my pet peeves when playing with the difficulty of AI is when you allow the AI to do things that it is impossible for the player to do, without reason. Like, if the AI is supposed to be some alien who has access to a technology that you don't have access to, fair enough, that's part of the gameplay. But when you allow the AI to do something that the player should also be able to do, but clearly is incapable of doing, that's not good AI design. That's terrible. That's lazy AI design. So far up until this point, everything in this mod in regards to AI, I've really liked. The AI is smarter. It tends to operate better. It uses its tonnage better. It actually uses the reserve unit function, and it uses it a lot. It plays careful usage of the trees. It is clearly better AI. They didn't need to let it shoot through terrain if they've done that. It could just be a glitch, and it could just be, you know, a bit of bias because I've seen it so many times, and it might just be something that I'm noticing because I'm looking for things. I don't know. I could be wrong, but if they have put in something like that, that's shit. Anyways, that was a fucking terrible way to start the stream. The Firestarter's half rooted, the Assassin's rooted, the Falcon's rooted, and we got nothing for it. And all of our pilots are fatigued, just to top it off, because that's wonderful. And we have to pay a fine for failing the mission, and now we've got to pay for the repairs to fix all of our mechs as well. So, EMG in. That's all we lost, thankfully. And yeah, it's going to be a...
I'll let you know when that's done.
We can just repair the Falcon. We saved all its parts. Alright, so we're going to be looking at 8 days. We can try and do something again to make money. Alright, so September's not going to be a good month for our mech company, or our Merc company today, fortunately. One more day to get the Falcon through.
Job's done, Commander.
Alright, so we've got 4 days now to actually make some money. Contracts. It's a shame too. If that second Lance hadn't showed up, we could have pulled that off. And that showing up with a Phoenix Hawk pissed me off. But that Griffin would have been nice. In fact, base, that Griffin, components, storage. We had 2 or 4. If we could have dropped the Griffin, we could have had a Griffin at the end of that. We could have had 3 parts of the Phoenix Hawk as well. Yeah, we could have walked away with the Griffin at the end of that one. It is getting frustrating that getting the mech upgrades in this is so difficult. And that the skull ratings seem to be almost impossible to use as a decent gauge. Spring this trap. Yeah, I'm not springing a skull and a half, although that's probably got a mech that I want on the end of it. Half skull polar. 522 with only 170 on a half skull. Why would I want to do that? A half skull is unlikely to have anything in the ton range that we like. It can potentially have up to about a 45 tonner in it. We got a Cicada here as the target mech, which is not much. And it's paying fuck all in the way of money. And a lot of salvage for what is not particularly interesting mechs. 314, 400, 1 skull, urban assassination mission. This is better. Who's our target? Local pirate organization. Okay. 314 salvage. Alright. Alright, we'll give that one a shot. We'll give that one a shot. And we'll leave it at 218. We don't have the accuracy on our guns to actually reliably get 3 parts, so 2 is more than sufficient for what we need, and we can still get 222,000, which is just short of what we need to cover our finances, because this will be the last mission we get to do before our monthly payment pays over. So at least we're going to come close to breaking even for the month, short repairs from the last mission, and our fine from the last mission. Claymore, Cerberus, Hulk, Relentless. Cool, let's try this again. I think I've used it twice, both times in missions that were well above the skull ratings, like 5 skulls on a 2.5 skull mission. Blimey, this is a bad start. You had more money, I would hire a couple more mech warriors and try to get more missions in. Yeah, that's the issue. I'm not making enough money because I'm constantly wallowing in repairs, and I'm not getting the mechs to actually get me out of the hole. I've got lots of parts, but nothing for any specific build. As I said, and it comes down to RNG on the roll. As I said to last time, I actually haven't played my other mech campaign at this point. This is 280 days. We're on over 280 days since we started at this point. My other test company that I made is still on 170 days, and I've got a hunchback in that one. I've got a hunchback and an average weight on my mechs of about 40 tons across the lands. 3 fire starters, Phoenix Hawk, hunchback. I've got a Griffin under construction. And I'm only at 170 days in. That one I've got no problems. And I think I've got 2.5 million sitting in the bank after expenses. So, yeah, that one there I've actually got 8 pilots and I can run 2 Lancers. But,
Command interface initiated.
this one I'm really stuck in a bad hole. We're nearly a year in and I haven't actually got out of the mechs that we started the game in yet. We're still using them. Alright, these are coordinates that Lau provided, so the insurgent leader could be in the area. So, he's up here in the park. And we've got 2 Lancers as supporting forces, which should be mostly lights. So one from the right here, and the other one will come from the far top right. Alright, so we're going this way first. We're going to take out the Lance that's going to come down this street before we go anywhere near the primary target.
There. Okay.
Hopefully the primary target is something that'll actually be useful to us. I'm also sort of hoping there'll be a fire starter in here somewhere, because we've got 3 or 4 fire starters, so that means we can actually do a proper mech upgrade. It's not much, it's just something that's still in the tonnage that we've got now, but fire starters are pretty good mechs. So I can make another fire starter work. It will be an improvement. Alright, so we have target visible once we go there. Alright, so I'm going to keep ours just on this side of the buildings for this turn.
This looks like a prime spot for an ambush. Be careful, Commander.
Yeah,
you don't
so
want
this
to get
time
caught
we're
in
the
a
one that's going
crossfire.
to do the ambush, or at least that's what I'm hoping for. With the assassin there.
I'm listening.
Get the javelin locked in behind. And we're going to put the Falcon in that group as well. Right, we got ID on Wasp.
You have orders? Confirmed.
I'll lock them down, let them move for 1 turn. And then we're going to try and smash that Wasp into dust. We'll ID what this is in the process. It's not moving far, only 3 spaces, so it may not be a light. Or it's only moving short. Unfortunately, the lead split is not going to be able to do that easily. I'm going to have to make some... The Wasp has no evasion, though. Yeah, Wasp has no evasion pips and basically no armor. Alright, alright, alright. Now that's good. That's good. Let's jump. No, no, jump. Jump to there. We get 4 evasion pips on the jump. Present 4 armor.
All weapons committed. Enemy mech. Critical damage detected.
Not sure how he survived to burst with that little armor, but okay, fair enough. That's cool. We can deal with that.
Here.
Alright, we got 2 left. We got a Hornet, and we got a Locust. We got a Hornet. I think that's the first time we've seen a Hornet. Isn't that the ugliest little mech you've ever seen? It's the old school Hornet design. It's another mech that they've never actually updated. You'll note, old school 80s design. Notice the center of mass on this mech. Somebody didn't understand how balance worked when they designed this one, but that is a canon design for the moment. I kind of want it. Just for how goofy it is. I love the turbines. Alright, Assassin's turn. Actually, no. Let's, we got the Locust behind it. We'll hold the Assassin for a second. Javelin can't jump, so let's get the Javelin out first. Get 2 pips to there, 2 pips, 3 pips to there. That's annoying. 3 pips to there, but we can't have line of sight on the, that works. Okay. 3 pips to there, and we have line of sight to get the Wasp. This should finish the Wasp.
Firing at him.
There we go.
You
Wasp
rocked him.
removed. Will look good on the hangar, not so much in the battlefield. This is part of the reason that I like this mod. They've added a whole bunch of mechs, and a lot of them are the legacy mechs that haven't been updated yet.
Hey.
Because nobody's been interested in updating them yet. Or, more to the point, Piranha hasn't been interested in updating them yet. But there's actually some really cool mech designs with some really interesting lore behind them, and some real goofy mech designs as well in BattleTech. And I really love them, and I love the fact that they're showing up here. We've got the Falcon, we've got, you know, the Hornet. There are others as well, it's great. Like, I'm not going to try and run them all off, there's hundreds of battle mechs in design, but I love that this is a thing. Alright, so yeah, we'll run the Assassin around and we'll use that on the Hornet, because it can bypass the evasion that it's got.
Targeting for an alpha strike. Didn't expect that.
Be honest, I wasn't expecting a Hornet.
What's the plan?
That
Here we
makes me
go.
smile, to be honest.
I understand.
Ooh, 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 ooh.
That
hurt.
would be a kill.
Yeah, I'd kind of like to collect all these and just put them in the hangar. Just to have them. Not actually use them, just keep them, you know, just broken up and put away. Just so I have the collection. This would be a really good mod if you had the time to play Pokemon in, I think. Alright, so Locust is out of evasion pips, so if we jump to right there. Poor little imbalanced mech.
All weapons committed. Enemy mech. Critical damage detected.
What? No.
I need to spend more time drawing mechs, to be perfectly honest.
Affirmative.
I should go through and try and do my own takes on a lot of the old legacy mechs.
Copy that. Firing alpha
Alright,
strike.
that's a Lance eliminated.
I got him.
This is much better when you can actually isolate the problems into different sections. We're still going to be facing about 8 mechs on this one, like we were in the last one, but there's likely only to be 1 mech that's high tonnage rather than 2, and we're not going to have to fight them all at once, because we can move them and push them around the map a little bit. We've got space.
Commander.
Right, let's sprint up. We don't want to get too close to the main target yet. We want to go and engage the second reinforcement group now and eliminate it before it has a chance to cause us problems
Yes,
too.
Commander. Have no doubt, it will be done.
Alright, we have a single mech coming in. Two mechs. Alright, so the reinforcements are coming to us. Good. The only concern we should have is whether or not the primary target engages with the lance, in which case we might have a heavy with a bunch of lights around it. Although now with half of the targets eliminated, that's less of a concern. Won't completely sprint. We'll stay just in case they clear the corner. Give the lead splitter the extra cover. Also gives it a opportunity to cool down. The downside of fire starters is they tend to run hot. Oh, we got an Oster Scout. Oster Scout. Don't know why I put the extra A in there. Another goofy looking thing from Legacy. Surprisingly good mech though. That thing can cause us some problems. We actually kind of need to eliminate that fairly quickly. The mech itself isn't actually super difficult to take out. It's got pretty good armor. But one of its abilities, or one of its perks, is it can do an AoE target scan and sensor lock everything within a certain range. So if it gets into melee range, it can sensor lock my entire lance in a single turn. Which is not good if they happen to have any LRM mechs floating around. Alright, so we are going to sprint. Yeah, they're not going to get another turn with us yet, so let's put the assassin right on the other side of these buildings. Man, light mechs are quick. Yep. They're even quicker in this one, because I believe they put in the tabletop rules for movement, so they can move and jump at rates that would reflect what they were capable of on the tabletop in regards to hex movement, rather than what the vanilla BattleTech actually allowed. So they're even faster in this one.
Yeah?
I'll do the same thing again. We're going to sprint up and hide behind the building.
Confirmed.
The main reason we're doing that is so the next turn I can pull all of the mechs into optimal range and we can straight away nuke one of these mechs. That's why I wanted to leave Claymore in cover. He's got a 25% damage reduction because he's technically in a forest, even though he's in a park.
Awaiting
I'll
orders.
take what I can get.
Reporting.
And Relentless, we'll do the same thing and brace, let it cool off, and the next turn we will probably jump. I'm not sure. Also not entirely sure who's got the LRMs there that's doing the firing. It's a vehicle. And there it is. There's the AoE sensor scan, and just sensor locked 3 or 4 of our mechs. That's what that thing does. So now, that LRM carrier, or whatever that is that's got the LRMs, that was a large laser. 1 skull mission. $10 says the target mech has just engaged, and it's a Phoenix Hawk. I'm betting a Phoenix Hawk. Could be wrong, but I'm betting a Phoenix Hawk. Alright, so the best way to do this...
Engaging jump jets.
Alright.
Engaging target.
going to have to stomp on that vehicle. A tree is a tree. It will still block some, even if it's lowering a projectile's velocity. Yeah, that's fair.
I'm here.
I wasn't so much complaining about it as I was more being amused by it. That just like the park here is considered to be a forest, so we can hide the mechs in it. Just get a picture of your local park with just a battle mech hiding behind a tree.
Here we go.
Enough? There we go.
That should do it.
Ah, that's both of its neck.
Right here. Mm-hmm.
That's so much fun.
Affirmative.
Phoenix Hawk, what do you know? Let's do it
Here
again.
we go.
Quit trying to take the high ground, you cheeky bastards.
Primary target damaged, Commander.
How might I help?
Don't like that one. We can get the Falcon into range, but it's in range of the vehicles as well. Although that works. That blocks the Phoenix Hawk.
Here we go. As you wish. That's a critical hit.
Random commando chilling near the weekend farmers market at the park. More funny to consider an Atlas trying to hide behind a gum tree. Right.
I'm showing minor damage.
That's alright. What are these vehicles? Got a Hetzer. And can't see what the other one is. Right, I'll take the damage reduction. Risky in front of a Hetzer, but we'll take the damage reduction.
Engaging jump jets.
Into the ruins. Just so we can unload into this poor bastard and get him out of the way.
Enemy mech. Critical damage detected.
Not enough to kill him. Because the Firestarter's got enough weight, it's the Hunter. That's the one with the missiles. Firestarter's got enough weight, it should be able to stop on these two and take them out over the next 2 turns. It means not having the Firestarter to take out the Phoenix Hawk, but if we can take down two vehicles
What?
and free up the
No.
other 3 mechs, it's worth the play. Alright, so Assassin, we are not going to use yet.
Yeah.
We are going to use the Javelin. Actually, we're going to use the Javelin here, because I need to make sure that thing doesn't get back up.
Heading out. Mm-hmm. Take this. Mm-hmm.
There we go. Cool.
Took him down.
Awaiting
Now.
orders.
Falcon. These two are going to start, the Falcon and the Assassin are going to start working over the Phoenix Hawk. I'm going to jump the Falcon back into cover,
Engaging jump jets.
so it gets damage reduction. He's going to nail the Phoenix Hawk
Good
first.
to go.
Good hits. That pulls an evasion pip off.
I'm
Now
here.
the Assassin can shoot through 3
Moving
evasion
to
pips
position.
without having to deal with them. So it can now fully hit the Phoenix Hawk
I hope this hurts.
with no damage reductions.
Maybe things are looking up.
So those two can just break the Phoenix Hawks. Oh, and that's why the being in front of the Hetzer was a little bit of a concern. Alright, so Hetzers are a thing in BattleTech. They are named for the World War II Hetzer, and they are the same basic idea, but a modern version of it, If I we'll zoom in and we'll have a look at it. These are in as well. So, little angled armoured car can have between an AC2 and an AC5, an AC10, or an AC20 mounted inside of it, and that's all it's got. And it's on wheels rather than tracks. But that's a Hetzer in BattleTech. It's a rolling anti-mech cannon. So I'm gonna stand on you first.
Engaging physical attack.
That was embarrassing.
Warning. Damage critical.
Doing the whole Bumblebee hiding on the beach in that one Transformers movie. I don't know which one that one was.
Hey.
Then again, I didn't watch past... I think it might be the second one.
Yeah?
The one where they gave the Decepticon tits.
Yes, Commander.
I'm listening.
And had it try and go down on the kid who's the main protagonist or whatever it was. But the annoying kid that actually turned out to be a really good actor in Fury. I can't remember his name. Yeah, I think that was
On
the
my
second
way.
one. And yeah, I watched that and kind of went, I think I'm done.
Here we go. Vehicle kill for me.
I like the fact that you can miss standing on a car. Well, to be fair, you're trying to do it with a giant robot, and it does take some coordination,
I
although it
hear.
is a little embarrassing when it happens. But it does make at least some level of sense.
You have orders?
Alright. Now, what next? You still have that locust that's running around somewhere to deal with. But I'd rather continue focusing on... this Phoenix Hawk while all of its
I understand.
evasion picks it down, and see if we can break its leg.
Scored a critical hit.
Hey.
Let's do a precision strike now and see if we can target that leg with the SRMs.
Hope it's enough.
Come on.
But that hurt.
Still going. Not the glorious acting intro he did, both with Transformers and Indiana Jones. Oh, that's right, he was in that last Indiana Jones movie that we...
Mostly missed.
No, he wasn't. No, he was not in an Indiana Jones movie because Crystal Skull does not exist. Okay? There's 3 Indiana Jones movies, I think. It finishes with The Last Crusade. That's it. There's no more after that. And there's a television show, which is actually great. Fight me. No, I don't actually have anything against the kid. I just really don't like that Indiana Jones movie. And I didn't like his performance in Transformers. I thought his acting in Fury was fantastic. I was expecting it to be terrible when I heard that he was in it. And I almost didn't recognize him. It was chalk and cheese. My opinion of him completely turned around. I went to, if you give him a non-ship role and a decent script, it turns out he can actually act pretty well. I thought his role in Fury was great.
All weapons committed. Enemy mech. Critical damage detected.
There's a Disney movie called Holes. Is that a Britney Spears documentary?
Internal structure damage. What? No.
Never heard of it.
You say so.
Left arm destroyed. I want the leg.
Critical hit, Commander. Commander. Location confirmed. Lock in target.
Come on, panic. Punch
How
out.
might I
Get
help?
out of your mech.
Have no doubt, it will be done.
The flag destroyed. Good.
Reporting. Critical hit.
Just get straight back up again. Alright, I'll just keep doing it.
Reporting. Internal damage.
They're coming around the side.
And no, it also had Sigourney Weaver in it. Really? Okay, I might actually have to look that movie up then. I like Sigourney Weaver. She's actually had some pretty cool roles over the years. Not to mention, of course, the obvious one, you know, Eleanor Ripley. Alright, let's focus that other leg, shall we? Feeling
All
better?
weapons committed.
Actually, yes. I slept about 12 hours today. I'm still crackly in
Enemy
the
mech.
voice, and
Critical
I'm still...
damage
There we go.
detected.
It's punched out. Excellent. I'm still sick. I'm still feeling crackly in the voice. I'm still, you know, pains, temperatures up and down, all that kind of fun shit. But after sleeping half the day away, yeah, I feel much better now. At the very least, it doesn't look like it's going to
Hanging in
last long.
there.
The missus is much better today as well. Her voice is almost completely back to normal. So it looks like whatever variant of this particular
Hey.
COVID we got, it's a short-lived one. The boys all got over it in 24 hours. For them, it was like being hit with the stomach flu, and it was just gone. And it looks like we're going to take about 3 days each as adults to get over it. So give it 5 for a safety margin. And we'll start testing. Well, I'll probably do a test. The next rat test tomorrow night. Just to see how things are moving.
Ugh, here we go.
So... The only thing I'm annoyed about is the, as I said last night, they're supposed to have the contacts out today for a appointment, but that got postponed till the end of the month. So that's why I'm streaming tonight. I can actually put the contact back in and play. So we're going to have to play that game again at the end of the month. Although, in hindsight, it's probably a better thing. 'Cause it gives
Confirmed.
me a couple of extra days to get over it before the my specialist has to start poking around my eyes.
Firing at
Nice safety margin.
Another
that's
one
the
for the
locust
kill
dealt
board.
with. And now, we just have to work out where that little bastard truck's gone to.
Reporting.
You know,
Here
he's
we
over here
go.
somewhere. Sounds like Omicron, yeah, probably. I haven't bothered keeping up with the variants. They come up with a new variant every 2 weeks, it sounds like. Or at least they were until the news had something else to report for a change. Oh, there it is. You missed it sitting there. You destroyed the hand.
I got me a situation here.
Cheeky bastard. Alright. Where can we go? Nowhere, really. We'll just do a sprint. We need to cool the,
Full throttle.
cool the spitter off anyway.
What now?
Ripley is one of the baddest asses ever. Yes. Ripley, Sigourney Weaver's Ripley is my example to anybody who ever makes the argument
Kill
that
confirmed, Commander.
80s movies were all about just action men and rah rah rah, and that nobody's been paying attention to female action heroes. Ripley was the action hero Well, both the horror hero and the action hero of the 80s and early 90s. 3 fantastic movies in a row. Great story. Still classics today.
Mission successful.
And I rate them higher than most Arnold Schwarzenegger movies. And all Stallone movies from the period. The only movies that I have rate as high as Alien and Aliens that are from those is Predator and Commando from Arnie, and Bruce Willis, Die Hard. But Die Hard is a Christmas movie, so yeah, it does get a special pass there. It is the best Christmas movie. And Sarah Connor. Sarah Connor was a fantastic character, acted amazingly in both movies. Absolutely. Especially Terminator 2. Unfortunately, she wasn't a lead. She deserved one. I kind of liked the TV show that they did. The late 20 aughts into the early teens, that sort of an area, the late 2010s into the early 2010s. There was the Sarah Connor Chronicles. It only got like 1 season, but I didn't actually mind it. They had the female Terminator in it, which was River out of Firefly, and then it had an actor that they typecast pretty close to the original Sarah Connor, and I liked the show. I thought it was good, and it just got canned, unfortunately. Alright, so nothing too big to report here. No weapons lost. A little bit of minor damage, but nothing major. And no injuries to the pilots. This was much better. And look at all the crap on the battlefield. We actually got 3 parts of the Phoenix Hawk. We actually got a 3 out of that rather than a 2. Oh god, I should have taken the 3-part salvage, because I've got 1 part of Phoenix Hawk in the hangar. If we don't get this 1 part, I'm going to feel robbed. If we do not get this, I'm going to feel robbed. Oh, please. Please, please. Fingers crossed. 3 parts Phoenix Hawk. Fucking thank you. We have a mech upgrade, ladies and gentlemen. Finally. Finally. Alright, we got a large laser. We got a medium, so we've got a bit of stuff to outfit it too. God, Jesus Christ. We've actually got some tonnage we can field now. It's only 10 more than the Firestarter, but it's something at least. At least we're starting in the 45-ton category now. The worst part is, I don't like Phoenix Hawks all that much. I like them from a lore standpoint. I don't like them as a mech standpoint, but by fuck, I'll take one. No, we are not selling it. We are not selling it. We will put it... Well, obviously we're going to have to clear a mech bay, but we will put it in storage. Looks like we pulled a Locust out of that as well. Alright, so that one we will sell. We'll build an E model, and we'll just sell it. Right. Mech bay. This is going to take a little time for us to put together. So first... actually, no, the Wasp can go. We are never going to use the Wasp again. Bye, Wasp. Let's get repairs running on the Falcon and the Javelin. And then storage. Let's get the Phoenix Hawk out and put it together.
Sure thing. We'll see that it's prepped and ready.
Alright, 9 days until the Phoenix Hawk is up, and then we've got to fit it. Now, the fitting's going to take a while, because we've got to put a complete weapon set on it. But we've got everything we need, I think, to actually build the Phoenix Hawk, so that shouldn't be an issue. And we're 7 days until the crew here is cleared. 4 days until next financial report, so that's alright. That works out. We made good money out of that, we got good bonuses, and we got a decent mech. Now, the next target for the battlefield is going to be those 2 parts Griffin. We want the Griffin, and we want to try and find a Firestarter part as well. 30, yeah, stuff Hermes. We don't really want the Hermes. We know we can get a mission that's got a Cicada on it. That's the half skull we were looking at before. 2 parts Shadowhawk, 2 parts Wolverine, and 2 parts Griffin. Actually, any of those will do. Doesn't really matter. 355-ton mechs. Griffin or Shadowhawk would actually probably be the primaries. Shadowhawk in particular is pretty good. But any of those I will take. Barracks probably won't be enough points thrown around just yet for those, so we just have to advance forward a couple of days. If he has any sense, a very long way and move as fast as he can. Talking about the truck, yeah. Sarah Connor. Hell, whoever says anything about having only dumb action movies really needs to watch Rambo First Blood. Yeah, there's a really deep story in the first Rambos. They turned into just action movies later on, but the first one had a lot behind it. Though Die Hard is still my favourite Christmas movie. Die Hard should be everybody's favourite Christmas movie. It's a fantastic Christmas movie. Never watched the TV series. It'd be hard to find now because, as I said, it only got like one season and then they shit-canned it, and it was before streaming, so it never got picked up by a streaming service, so it was pretty limited. But if you can find it, it's one that's actually kind of worth digging up. It's a bit of an interesting one because it's centered around Sarah Connor as the main character, with a Terminator messing with the timeline again, which is every Terminator movie ever. Just thinking about it, but anyways. But yeah, it's based just after and another timeline shift just after Terminator 2. It's not horrible. It's okay. Yes, one from Halloween. Do you remember the movie? Okay, not concerned with that. Grats on the Hawk, thank you. I can feel that fist pump. Yes, I needed that. I needed something to start this rolling off. Now we've got some tonnage that we can whack some armor on. Phoenix Hawk is a solid mech. It's okay. It's a little specific. Like it's because it spends some of its tonnage on the variable jump jets, which are really useful if you can exploit them. But I should probably explain that. The Phoenix Hawk, being as it's based on the, I forget the term for them again, the flight-capable mechs, the ones that can, basically the BattleTech fighters out of Macross. Because it's based on those, it actually has special rules. It's not a full LAMS, land air mechs. It's not a full-on LAM, the Phoenix Hawk, so it's not a full-on light air mech. It can't turn into an Aerotech fighter. There are ones that can, but it's not one of them. But what it does have is it has, I think it's variable geometry jump jets. I'll have to have a look once it's assembled. Actually, we could probably fast forward time until it is assembled, and I can actually pull it up and show you, because we can't skip the financial report now.
I've got the financial report.
Yep, that's okay. We made money and we covered our debts, and our little screw up at the start of the stream has been corrected. So we need 5 more days till the Phoenix Hawk is up. But yeah, it has variable geometry jump jets, and what it does is it means it has an interesting bonus on it that allows it to do extra damage after it jumps. A vectored thrust kit, vectored thrust kit. Alright, so here we go. The Phoenix Hawk mounts a pair of unique vectored thrust kits. They act as normal jump jets, but in addition, their specialized thrust system optimizes propulsion and control during flight. This provides superior poise in subsequent attacks, increasing damage dealt by any shots fired. So it gets a 10% increase in jump distance, and it does 10% bonus damage after firing. So, after jumping. So, when you set this thing up, you have to take that into account because the bonuses are too valuable, but it does consume tonnage having it there. It isn't a ton down on what is already a fairly ton-limited mech. So you have to optimize it so that its heat management is good enough that it continually jump and fire all the time and take that damage bonus every time. And it's heavily laser-based as well, so you can't pick low-heat weapons. You have to mount lasers. Hey Indra, how's it going? Loved her in True Lies. True Lies is another great movie. Howdy, just catching up on chat here. I noticed it going off a bit before. Why did I just imagine Mags chucking the wasp out the airlock with a huge grin on his face? I would never chuck the wasp out the airlock. I'd sell it. It's worth at least a laser. Maybe some light armor repairs. You know, waste not, want not. Just back to work and find him streaming. Puts a grin on my face. I'm glad I could actually get the stream on. It started a little late tonight. I'm going to finish a little early, but I've probably got another 45 minutes left in me. Check the store on the planet yet? No, I haven't bothered looking just yet. I'll have a look soon, but money-wise, I haven't really got enough to be buying mech bits. BattleTech Extended. What mod is it? Yeah, BattleTech Extended. I'm running BEX, which is in the title for the stream. Keep it marked. My favourite mech of all time has to... movie of all time has a lot of action in it, but it's more of economy and a music. Blues Brothers. Yeah, Blues Brothers suits your personality, Tal. Blues Brothers is the best car chase movie ever. Oh... Yes and no? I can't remember the name of the anime now. Yes, it's an anime with a car chase in it. Bear with me. I can't remember the name of it. Somebody here will probably know the one I'm talking about. It's a heist movie. Or a heist. Yeah, it's a heist movie, but it's an anime. And it's got a main car chase that's got a 3-wheeler in it. And it's fucking hilarious, even though it's animated. I'd actually rank that one as one of my best car chase movies. It's just so well done. It's one of those few things now I want to watch it again. I'll have to dig the name of that one up so I can actually list it. Amazon has... Gonna find that one. I love anime. It's an older one. It's I'm pretty sure it's a Studio Ghibli, one of their early movies. Oh, I can picture the characters and I can picture the scene, but I cannot remember the name of the movie now. But it's actually really good. It's a really good movie. Now I'm gonna have to look around for that after the stream. Bullet is a good car chase. Yes, Bullet's another fantastic one. It's not a car chase, but one of the best car action sequences. If we're gonna pull 80s movies out, Tango and Cash, with the RV from Hell. The RV from Hell and Tango and Cash. And Tango and Cash is just generally a good movie as well. The Italian Job? Yeah, it's not bad. Now I want to watch Tango and Cash again too. Okay. God damn it. Let's pull some armor. Keep it 20 tons there. He's nearly already maxed out. So 95 on the fronts, 120 over 20. Gonna max out the arms too. We're just gonna have to max out the armor on this because it's... That gives us 35. So we now got 10 tons to play with. So we got a large laser. Now we got 5 tons. We got no weapons that we can mount in the torsos and the Phoenix Hawk. That's another thing I'm not particularly fond with it. It has no weapon slots anywhere in the torso, so it is all on the arms. Go 2 mediums. I'm actually going to forgo the light weapons on this one. Jump jets is 0.5. I'm going to add extra jump jets to give us some more mobility. And then I'm going to drop 2 heat sinks in it. Oh, we only got 1. Alright, we got to check the store. We need more heat sinks. This is rare. You never run out of these things. Negative 10 DFA self-damage. And 0 tonnage, yes.
New equipment available.
We're buying that. Damn right we're buying that. Yeah, the 0.5 we're not going to do. Let's get the heat sinks while we're here. While we're checking, let's just have a quick look and see what we've got here. AC10s, AC5'd. Oh, shit. SLDF ERPPC. Oh, we'd break ourselves if we bought it though. Yeah, Lost Tech and SLDF ERPPC in 3028. That is the single most powerful energy weapon that you can get your hands on at this point. There's nothing bigger than that in 3028. What can you sell for the PPC? Not much, unfortunately. You got a couple of light mechs. I will see what money we can make on this planet, and then we'll see if we can buy it before we go out the door. It's going to cut us fine. We need to make at least 1 million on this planet, easy. We need to make 1 million neat. We really can't dip below 1.5, but I want that. I want that. AC-10s, AC-20s. We've got Gauze ammo available here, but no Gauze rifle. And mech-wise, what have we got? Dervish, Grasshopper. We've got 2 Griffin components. So that's the thing. That one PPC is about the same as much as those 2 Griffin components, and we have 2 Griffin components. So that one PPC is worth a mech to us. And one part of a Highlander here. Part of a Warhammer. There's actually some decent stuff here. Black Market, what do we got? Black Knight, Catapult, Dragon. That's a complete Dragon, by the way. That's a complete battle mech, not parts. That's why it's 8 million. There's a Guillotine. 70-ton Guillotine. There's another mech that is actually from the tabletop that was never translated. Nost Scout, partial mech salvage, Shadowhawk, partial mech salvage, complete Shadowhawk for 7 million. Complete Stinger, 20 ton for 2.3. They charge that much. We cannot sell them for that much. Weapons, double plus AC2, single plus large laser, double plus PPC. They give you an idea. Double plus PPC. 50, stability 40, heat 27. No standard, bog standard SLDF ERPPC. 60 damage, 40 for 32. Range extreme. It's just a better weapon. Alright, we've got enough here we can complete the mech anyway. So let's put the DFA, what? Don't do that. There we go. Put the leg mod in. So that's negative 10 self-damage for no extra tonnage. So we're not going to damage ourselves as much if we do a DFA, and this thing might have to against light mechs. The rest of the tonnage we put in the heat sinks, and that brings us up to 45 for the armor, pretty much maxed. The head's a little soft. The head's a little soft. I'm going to pull a smidgen of armor out of each of the arms, just so I can get the head up to 40. Just up to 40. That should do it. Alright, 9 days, and the Phoenix Hawk will be ready to rock and roll.
On it. I'll let you know when that's done.
My terminal is on the fritz again. I'm looking at a blue screen with a couple of wavy lines.
9 days on the Phoenix Hawk, we can actually get another mech up and running, and then have another battle. Oh, I'm going to sneeze here in a second, so I'm going to mute the mic. It's sitting there. God damn it. Just a moment. Oh, that was awful. Okay, so we need to make a little bit more money. Got a half-ton Polar. It's actually paying fairly decently for a light mission. Got the Fly Swatter that's after the Cicada mission. Assassinate on the Cicada. We might do this. It's not going to pay us much, but we might have a play for that Cicada. Going to take the bait, which now that's actually in our probables now that we've got the Phoenix Hawk to actually put on the field. Fallen by his payments for armoured vehicles, and our leasing agent unable to repossess heavily armoured vehicles. We've decided that sending more explosive messages is the best way to ensure that others do not take future liberties. This mission is based entirely around the old joke of, you know, take a loan to buy a tank. Who's going to repossess it? You own a tank.
There are personnel working outside the ship. Do not rotate.
We'll do Fly Swatter for a start, just for the Assassinate.
Any external electronic equipment.
312. It's worth at least taking a roll partial. Alright, we'll do that one. We'll do it half and half. We're 100,000, 312, and assume that we're going to get some parts out of here that we can assemble into a mech. We might be able to get something we can sell. Lead Spitter, Assassin, Javelin, Falcon. Same lineup, same pilot, same setup. Cool, deploy. Right. Be Lupin the third movies? It could be. I said I'd have to look it up. I know what the characters look like, but I cannot remember the name of the movie. But the car chase in it is friggin' fantastic. $32 heat for an ERPPC. Yep. I can imagine somebody with a big lathe just churning up lumps of metal and selling them as gauze ammo. Well, that's all they are. Like, that's exactly what gauze ammo is. There's nothing special about it. It's just a giant solid metal slug that gets fed down a coil gun.
Command interface.
That's why the gauze ammo is the only ammo I'll ever put in the torso or in the arms of the mech and not worry about it, because the gauze ammo is non-explosive. It doesn't matter what you do to it. In fact, it's not part of the rules, but technically, gauze ammo could be used as armor if you were to put it around put the ammo feeds around critical components. You'd break the ammunition feed if it was destroyed, of course, but the armor itself is just blocks of metal, so you could use it as armor. Ask me, boss, anyone who sends their VPs out in a C2A2A2 is asking to be shot. Yeah, that's fair. It's a Cicada. Well, the Cicada's not terrible as a light mech, but it's more of a side grade than an upgrade for the most part. So it's not something we're really super interested in. But we might have a couple of missions there where it's useful, and then we can sell it. What I'm more interested in is the bonuses we're going to get. If we can recover the mech, and we're going to have two extra...
Copy.
We've got two extra supporting lances to annihilate, so there's about 25% bonus on top of what we normally earn. So this mission's actually going to be close to 150,000.
If I were planning an ambush, this is where I'd put it.
And we've got 3 salvage parts, so we might be able to pull a mech out of this one that we can sell for about another 150,000 as well. Now the downside is we don't have such a clear space to work with as we did in the urban mission, but we're not trapped into a ravine, and we've got lots of cover here that we can work with. So this isn't so
Advancing, I guess. Location confirmed.
Have no doubt, it will be done.
Can you fit an AC-5 or an AC-2 with ammo on the Phoenix Hawk instead of the Meade lasers and be heat neutral? Nope, that's one of the downsides of the Phoenix Hawk. And one of the reasons why it's difficult to fit. It only has slots for lasers. It's an energy-only mech. It has no ballistic options.
Affirmative. Confirmed.
And it's
Of
designed
course.
to be that way. Except the MGs, yeah, which are secondary weapons. But yeah, it's designed to be that way. Because you have this massive bonus from the jump jet capability with the 10% increased damage after every jump and the longer jump range, but jumping generates heat. So you want to be jumping every time you use the mech, generating heat. That's a particularly powerful ability. I mean, just consider for a moment. Let's use the entire tonnage of the Phoenix Hawk and let's mount a AC-20 or an LBX-10, SLDF LBX-10 in it, if that was an option. Now you jump and you have a 10% bonus on an extremely high damage ballistic weapon. Or if you want to be real nasty, because the 10% applies to anything, load it up with LRMs or SRMs and just jump at the target and then unload a volley of SRMs with it with a 10% damage bonus on every single missile that's fired at a mech. It would get ridiculously overpowered very quickly. So its limiting factor is it can have that bonus and it can have that long distance jump and that control, but it can only use energy weapons, which also generate heat. So the limitation on the Phoenix Hawk is it's going to rapidly heat load. So you can't continually use it. You've got extremely heavy control requirements on how much heat you're generating versus when you bleed it off and when you use it. So that's the restriction. That's the balancing factor for that ability. So it is a well thought out mech. It's just a pain in the ass because it's limited on that fit. That's also the other reason why the weapons are in the arms as well, so you can't load everything into the torso and try and make it tanky, like it is in MechWarrior 5, although that's a hitbox issue more than anything else. It's a you've got to have them out in the weapons out in the arms, so they can potentially be damaged. Oh, hello, Raiders. I completely missed the warning and the alert. I really need to get some audio alerts in. Welcome, everybody.
I'm listening.
Alright. Let's get the Javelin over here. How's the run going? We just got better. We've had a pretty terrible start to the stream, but we just managed to kill a Phoenix Hawk. Which means we've actually finally getting some tonnage into this early lance, which is good, because we're about 100 days behind where I would like to be at this point, but we can work with that. Do weapons in the arm get a bonus to aiming? No. Not in this anyway. Now. Or at least I haven't seen them add any rules. I haven't noticed anything major for that. Alright, so which side of this hill is going to be easier to come down? Well, that slope's easier. This side's more of... Yeah, okay, yep. Okay, so we're going to line our mechs up here. So next turn we can charge down this slope into this section and engage. Or jump over and land on top of them. And that's the other side lance coming in, so we need to... just get everything boxed up and ready to make the move. They don't get the +1 in BEX. Not that I've noticed. Although, to be fair...
Right here.
To be fair, my MechWarrior's gunnery isn't particularly high enough at the moment. It isn't particularly high at the moment, so it's entirely possible I just haven't noticed it yet.
How might I
that could be the limiting factor. Now, I'm learning the rules of this mod sort of as I'm playing it, and I haven't picked up on any of it yet. But at the moment, my gunnery skills are only at 5. It's not my birthday. Why am I getting a present early? We have a hunchback on a half-skull mission where I have 3 salvage points. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. I'm not complaining about this at all. This is a good thing. The worst part, the part that's funny though, that's not the objective. The objective's a cicada. Who gives a fuck about a cicada? Alright. Okay. This is good. This is very good. I'm happy I went for the salvage lean in this one. This is not a half-skull mission, by the way. This is another one of those bullshit on the ratings, but I'm not complaining about this at all. Although it's going to take a little bit to chew through. This one's actually got full armor.
Warning. Enemy sensor
Oh,
lock
and there's
detected.
the Ost Scout. God damn it. They had to have one of those annoying little toe rags, didn't they? Right. Actually, I've sort of done this a little bit wrong. I should have had the Falcon charge in and melee the Hunchback first. We're not going to be able to get the jump range. Yeah, we're not actually going to be able to engage the Hunchback this round with the Assassin. I'm going to need... Where we got? It's only going to get 1. We want more. That's showing up. No, that's not showing up as a block. Alright, we'll take that. We get our 3 evasion hits. We can jump it back over. And just hit the stinger so we're not getting shot in the back.
Alright.
That was nowhere near as good as I was hoping. Yeah, we're going to have to clear the toe rags around us first before we can really start throwing down with our Hunchback.
Well, that weren't nothing.
I just hope it's not an AC-20 Hunchback. I should probably
Commander.
check that. Okay. It's a 4J. It's only LRMs. Wasn't expecting that. Not complaining, still a good mech. Odd to see one with an LRM-10 loadout. Dangerous, actually pretty dangerous when you consider the combination with the Off Scout, because the Off Scout just lit up 3 of our 4 mechs with sensor locks. So that Hunchback can now hit us with 20 LRMs, regardless of where we are for the next turn, and it can pick out of 3 mechs to do it too. So that's something we need to be a little concerned about. Trying
Yes,
to work
Commander.
out the best way to pull this apart. Alright, so Falcon is going to jump over here. Get a rearward
Going
engagement.
skyward.
Stinger. And the Javelin, I think, is going to also engage the Hunchback.
Target confirmed.
That was terrible. Absolutely terrible.
I don't like how this is going. Yeah.
Alright, so... don't like this. I don't like putting us in the rear. I haven't really got much of a choice. I need to start slamming this thing.
On my
Gotta
way.
hit that left torso. I reckon the ammunition for this thing is going to be in its left torso. Because it's normally where the AI tends to put all of its ammunition. So we want to break that torso open and get the ammo to go nuclear. And that'll take it down. Oh, we don't want to... yeah, we don't want to do that.
Warning. Damage critical.
Next turn we need to open up a gap on this Hunchback. We can't let it continually melee. to make up with the first mission. We'll see yet. It depends on how much we can pull this
Standing
hunchback
by.
down. But I'm hoping we can do pretty well with this.
Yeah?
Let's get Hulk. What is the best place? Biggest issue with the Javelin is actually getting enough evasion up on it. We can get one there. That's about all we can get and still actually fire on
Roger
it.
that. Here goes.
Warning.
Spider.
Armor breached.
There was a spider?
Internal
No,
damage.
that's the Oscar. Right, Claymore's actually in trouble. He's had his back opened up.
Right here.
God's sake, stop missing. Hit the damn target. Kill it. Why do we only get far? Of course, we're too close.
Yeah,
Might have to throw
here
the
we
assassin out
go.
just so we can actually get a chance at drawing some fire.
Affirmative.
Structure exposed. And Locust. MG destroyed. Yeah, they're focusing
Warning.
fire starter.
Weapon system destroyed.
What's the plan?
In hindsight, rushing the lead spitter in like that may not have been the wisest of moves.
Moving out. As you wish. Reporting. Critical hit.
One more turn and that one should be eliminated. And then we can get these two over to help with the hunchback. And they can jump straight over and shoot it in the back, or at least that is the hope. And now the cicada's coming to engage. Alright, so Claymore. I need you... at least here.
Engaging jump jets.
Hunchback's firing only one beam. I was expecting an LRM volley then.
Yes, Commander.
Okay. Thank you. Okay, cool.
I got
Good.
him.
Alright, one more turn I'm going to have Claymore back the
Damage
lead spitter
minimal.
out. We'll back the fire starter around the corner. Javelin. Oh, Scout's got full. What? Yeah, we're not even close to through that hunchback yet. Might. Although that cicada's coming down. That's going to be the cicada there. I don't... Limited options. Yeah, that'll get me 2 evasion tips, so I should
Affirmative.
be able to avoid a couple of rounds. Only 20%.
This is everything I got.
Yeah. That was a waste of a move. I should have gone for the hunchback. Right. That'll work. That gets me
Engaging
3
jump
pips.
jets.
And gets me the 20% bonus.
Engaging target.
Alright, structure exposed.
Enemy mech. Critical damage
Alright, so that means
detected.
we're through the right torso, or at least the right arm's armor, possibly through the right torso. Yeah, cicada firing on Javelin. I thought that would be the case, but that's alright. We've got enough evasion to dodge that.
Awaiting orders.
Now, the Falcon. Pull exactly the same trick. Slightly closer, and hit
Firing
exactly
jump
the
jet.
same point on the Hunchback as well. And hopefully, this will get into some ammo.
Target acquired and
Come on.
locked in.
No, nothing yet.
Damage minimal.
Alright, so
Standing
start
by.
with...
Engaging.
Take
Jump
3,
jet.
hit the Hunchback again.
Copy that. Firing Alpha Strike. That looked like a critical hit.
Warning. Enemy in rear arc.
Focusing the, yeah,
Warning. Damage critical.
yeah, that's not good. Gotta
Engaging
get
jump
rid of
jet.
that Locust now. This is going to continually flank us over and over again.
Enemy mech. Critical damage detected.
Hostile Scout jumps over. Yeah, we're going to have to abort on the, Hunchback. Although we can keep engaging it with the Javelin, which will hopefully keep it tied
Moving.
up.
Affirmative.
We've got to stop these flankers before they have a chance to actually chew through the back of the lead spitter.
You have orders?
Alright, jump the Falcon back again. Heat loading on it is perfectly fine, so we can keep doing this. See if we can get a nice angle here.
Confirmed.
There's the LRMs. That was why I was trying to bust into that torso. If the ammunition's there, we can stop it from doing that.
Engaging target. Enemy mech. Critical damage detected.
It didn't move much that turn.
Right here.
That is interesting.
Yes, Commander.
Why did you not move much? Engage from that side.
I understand.
Melee attack will take away the
Engaging.
last evasion. Right torso destroyed.
Yes, Commander.
Retreat. Need to get an optimal. That should work. I think. Give us a 2. Still only 48.
Targeting for an Alpha Strike.
Engine destroyed. Okay, that's the Locust out, so that can stop
Target
flanking
pacified.
the fire starter now. Cicadas in the rear arc. Alright.
Reporting. Internal damage. Confirmed.
Lock in target.
Now, let's see what the Hunchback does. Nothing good.
Warning. Damage critical.
Standing by.
Gonna get... Still gonna be geothermal. It's actually a really, really terrible choke point to try and ambush into at the moment. I think we're just gonna have to go straight through the front
Affirmative.
of the Oscar. Although... they're not backing off on the fire starter. They're fixated on the fire starter. Shit, that's not good. Yeah, we are in a rough position here.
Engaging target.
Reporting.
Give a side.
I'm on my way.
Come on, Javelin. You gotta bring it home here. Get through that armor.
Here we go.
How might I help?
No. No. The Off-Scout's got no pips left to remove there. Might be better just to try the melee to the Falcon. Structure exposed. That's good.
That hit something good.
Damage minimal.
The problem is we can't actually disengage with the Claymore and the Firestarter until the Oscout's destroyed, because the Oscout can just hit us with another round of, hit us with another round of, sensor locks, so the Hunchback can still LRM it. So we have to stay... Well, there's no point in taking the firepower off the field. There's nowhere else we can really move and still hit from there either. We really need the evasion bonus. Actually, we need more evasion bonuses if we can get them. 2's the maximum we're going to be able to get. Just got to keep it in the tree line and just try and keep some of its weapons still in play.
Engaging target.
Once it's destroyed, then I can just
Enemy mech.
disengage
Critical damage
disengage with
detected.
the fire starter.
They're flanking.
And we can try. The Cicada's actually going to be a real pain in the ass here with the Javelin, because I
That
can't
hit internal structure.
really have
Right
it turn
here.
around.
I may regret this. Critical hit, Commander.
Panicked, that's a start.
Commander.
Where can we move? We got no evasion pips there. We get 2 there, but we haven't got enough to be able to turn around. can't get past it. This is a really shitty spot. We can hit the back of the Hunchback, but we can't hit the back of the Hunchback and have an evasion at the same time. We can't move far enough. We can hit the Cicada, then we can't hit the Hunchback. It means engaging another entire... Although that will protect our... Yeah, will protect our left arm. And the Javelin's rear is exposed. Yeah,
Location
we might have to do it. We're just
confirmed.
going to have to turn and engage the Cicada, because we've got no rear armor left.
Our primary target is taking damage.
Awaiting orders.
Cicada's actually been doing a lot of damage in that back line. The off scouts nearly opened up completely from the front.
Locked on for physical attack.
Shoulder destroyed. Come on, I want more than that. Blow something up. Yes, there we go. Bail out.
Scored a critical hit.
No, he's not bailing. He's continuing to shoot Claymore. Persistent little prick. Right, that's right. Shoot Falcon. He's got plenty of armor left, and that thing's surprisingly tanky. Right, I'll jump right back to where I was before and take my
Engaging
2
jump
evasion
jets.
hits. And he still doesn't bail out.
Yes, Commander. Moving to position. Targeting for an alpha strike.
Target destroyed.
Finally! Those things are friggin' annoying levels of tanky, and Cicadas didn't shoot. Okay, that's interesting.
Copy.
I would have expected the Cicada to
Reporting.
shoot. Alright, Falcon. Now, we are actually going to jump you. We're going to give our rear to that Cicada. I'm going to jump you over and start working over that side torso again. There we go, left arm destroyed.
That's a critical hit.
Reporting.
We'll do a rush up with Hulk and the Javelin.
Confirmed.
Left torso destroyed.
That was a critical hit.
No ammunition explosion. Okay, the ammo's not in the left torso. That's unfortunate. And not what I was expecting at all. Right, now...
Engaging jump jets.
Risky, but
Engaging
needs
target.
firepower on the LRM-10 crits.
Enemy mech. Critical damage detected.
Also the Javelin, gyro crit. Not great.
This is getting serious.
Right here. Copy. Copy.
Get out of that mech, you bastard.
Critical.
Thank you. He bailed.
What's the plan? Of course.
That was terrible.
Our
Those
target
MGs.
is making a break for it.
Now, where's its escape path? There's its exit. Alright, we need everybody on deck if we're going to be able to hit it.
Engaging Engaging jump jets. Engaging target.
Look at those evasion pips. Oh, that's got an expert level pilot in it. You can't get that many pips in it without having a pilot
Yes,
that's
Commander.
at least pilot rank 8. Jesus. We need to save the assassin.
Commander.
Open the
I
javelin
copy.
first. The assassin can only shoot through 3 of those. We've got to get rid of the rest first. Otherwise,
Fire
it's
at
6 seconds, and it'll make the turn next round.
Standing by.
God, the Falcon's got good jump jets.
Good to go.
Yes, Commander.
Yeah, and it's got, but yeah, it's a 9-point pilot. I'm pretty sure the ability to keep evasion after being shot, and it escaped. Yeah. Wow, that was at least a 9-point pilot. 2 turns to cross the map that fast and exit. Well, that's a mission failed, but
Mission
we should still
failed.
get the salvage for that hunchback. If we don't, I'll be pissed. Evasion kept. Seems like a bad day continues. Yeah, that's one of the advantages. That's what I was checking in regards to the rules last stream. I wasn't sure if it had been implemented, and I thought it had. I thought I'd read that it had, and tested that I had on one of my other save, but I wasn't getting it, and it was because it's related to one of the skills. There are a certain number of points to be able to retain the evasion, so you don't lose it at the start of the next turn, and you don't lose it on some attacks. You have a chance to roll and keep it. It's a tabletop rule, which is why it makes light mechs still useful later in the game, because they can get, I think you can get up to 8 evasion pips with a 10-point pilot, and both of the key skill points invested. I think it's 8, might be 7 or 8, but I think it's 8. And you have the ability to retain evasion between turns, and you can potentially ignore evasion losses from attacks. So you can keep a light mech once it's wound up, providing you're moving it its maximum distance every single turn. You can basically make it nearly impossible to kill. So it means that the light mechs actually retain usefulness later in the game. Yeah, we only made 25,000 out of that, so much for making money. And we do have some damage. And we just got given our salvage. We got one part of the hunchback at least, out of the 2 we could have got. Like a 9-point plus pilot on a half skull mission. This mod continues to impress in regards to this. It seems like the bad day continues. Well, yeah, 2 out of 3, I guess. That was nuts. Like a pilot that high. You don't see those until 5 skull missions in vanilla. You will not get pilots with skill points that high. Well, you can get them on 4 skulls in lower mechs, but they're generally rare. Like, wow. Oh well, next round we have the Phoenix Hawk, so we can just we can be happy about that. Take it as it is. You just have to fix up the mechs first. Oh, this is ugly. Right, how are we doing for MGs? We do have 7 of them left, that's cool. We whack a new MG in. And we've got 62 jump jets, so that's alright, we've got plenty of those. We should probably sell some of those actually and get some more heat sinks. Right, lead spitter is ready to rock and roll.
Logged and noted.
Javelin should be just a straight repair, nothing got through. Pardon me. Right. So we're out of work for the next 16 days till we've actually got our force ready to go. Although, yeah, no, we kind of need both of those. Yeah, we need both of those so we can work out our next combination. Alright, we'll just let some time tick through and our pilots recover. Someone said, okay, going to have to remember that when I play. Yeah, it's one of the major changes that I liked when I was checking out this mod, is the tabletop rule is evasion capped on a high skill pilot. And they actually have some evasion keeping even when you don't have a high skill pilot. And this is because the tabletop recognized that the only way to keep a light mech valid is you need to be able to retain its evasion. Its evasion must be retained, otherwise it's always going to be better to take a heavier mech, and you just would never see light mechs used outside of a situation where only light mechs are available. Now, vanilla BattleTech did away with that rule, which is why it's a get to the heaviest mech you possibly can, and the lights immediately fall off in their usefulness. This brings the tabletop rule to vanilla battle, or to BattleTech on the PC, so you now get those mixes. A really good combination on this, from what I just realized what's being offered to me here. It's only an AC2, refuse the offer. A really good combination to do this is to actually set up a light mech with ECM, or something like a Raven, and set it up with NARC, so it can actually tag targets, with high evasion recon pilot. This is for endgame, and then set something up like 3 stalkers with LRMs, with LRM stacked, and have the Raven run around with ECM, having all the ECM evasion bonuses and difficulty detect, plus having all of its maximum evasion bonuses from have a fully skilled pilot in a high evasion mech, and then have it run through, narc beacon all the enemy mechs and sensor lock them, and then run out of the area, and just have your 3 guys on the other side of the map rain LRMs on them until they no longer move. That's a viable strategy now in this mod. You couldn't actually do that on the on vanilla, because the Raven would just get smeared at the start of its second turn.
That work
Alright.
order you submitted is complete.
We have 9 days. Engaging in some light smuggling. Hulk calls from the planet's service with an interesting opportunity. Hey, Commander. Remember the stuff on planetary restricted lists you wanted me to track down a source for? Well, while I was poking around, this guy called himself an export-import specialist walked up to me. He was looking for help transporting 3 stock medium lasers off-planet to his friends waiting in orbit. What do you want me to do? Random person comes up to talk about... this is a potential fine, isn't it? We can either make money on this and we can be fined. Call out to chat. Reject or accept the proposal on this one. I think this is shady. This guy seems to be glowing to me, I think, but I'm going to leave the option to you guys. What do you think? Accept it or refuse it? Probably refuse, not worth the risk. Anybody else? It's a gamble one, this one. Shady, but still do it. Reject. Glowy. Yeah, that's 3-1 so far. Yeah, I'm thinking glowy. This is striking me as glowy. Reject the proposal. While tempting, you decide it isn't the best time to dabble in arms smuggling. You instruct Hulk to remain focused on the task at hand. No lasting consequences. There is a potential there that you can make a lot of money very quickly, but it's also a potential fine if it turns out to go the other way and it's a cop.
All mech techs to the mech lab. I repeat.
Alright.
All mech techs to the mech lab.
Now, All mechs are set up. Everything's good to go. We need a new mission. I think this will be my last mission for the night, guys. I'm actually starting to feel a little bit to the weary side, so we'll bring this one to a close. We're still going to have more missions to do here at the start of the next stream. We'll be able to rattle through and see if we can get that SLDF PPC and put that one aside for something a little heavier. I wouldn't attach it to any of these mechs, but it'll be nice to have in the hangar bay when we find something like, I don't know, a Highlander or a an energy-built Highlander, an awesome, something along those lines. We can put it in and just make it really nasty. So take the bait. Lao is tracking extremely heavy mech with local government heraldry, providing almost certain bait for a trap. We'd like you to spring the trap, engage the heavy mech, intercept the forces. The government tends to defend it, destroy it. Okay. That was the last one for me. Got to hit the sack. You'll have a good one, and I hope yours feels better, Max. Yeah, hopefully I'll feel better in the next couple of days. I seem to be over the peak, at the very least, although tomorrow will be the teller on that. We'll see how it goes. Thank you very much, though, mate. Have a good night's sleep. Thank you for joining the stream. Right, half-scale battle. We can do better than that. We can do better than that. Recovery, and these are off-world. It's tempting to do tape the bait. Gauge the heavy mech. We're only 45 tons. It could be a big mistake to do. It depends on the supporting forces. Because it's going to have supporting forces. It is an urban environment, though, and we do tend to play pretty well in those. Yeah, let's do this one. Skull and a half. Let's see whether or not we can do a better run here. Eight. Yeah, we'll go 2.8, then we can still take 241,000 out of this. That gets us halfway to my target, then we'll need another 240 to get us over 2 million to buy the PPC, and still have 1 million there. Yeah, we'll do that. Could be an Orion or a Marauder. I don't think it'll be that heavy. Although, with this, with the interesting skull ratings we've had so far, I can't be 100% certain of that, of course, but now with this one, now this is where I actually get a little bit difficult, because we've got to make some choices here. The Assassin and the Lead Splitter of the Firestarter are staying in play. We've got two other 30-tonners here in the Falcon and the Javelin. Medium lasers, MGs. The Javelin's got better firepower. But armor to armor is exactly the same. The Javelin has better firepower, but the Falcon is far more mobile. The Falcon also isn't ammunition restricted, while the Javelin is. Not that I expect on that build it will run out. If it runs out of missiles, we've had a hell of a battle. Yeah, I think the Falcon will pull out. We need the firepower. Hulk can continue driving. Cerberus can stay in the Assassin. We're going to switch over and get Drillbit in. He can drive the Lead Splitter, Lead Spitter. And we get the Phoenix Hawk into the 1 slot with Claymore. Right. That should work.
Mech warriors, prepare for combat.
Incoming Steiner Scout Lance. It is unfortunately a possibility. Actually, no, it's not. At least not Steiner. We're on the wrong part of the Indosphere for that. They won't be out this far. Where the Highlander is light fire support. Don't jinx me, guys. This is the last one for the night. We really need to have a win here. We've had 2 losses out of 3. We really need a win. I'm hoping for a fire starter on this mission.
Command
Get one part out
interface
of.
initiated.
And I'm hoping for a dragon would be nice. A dragon as the heavy would be a good target. In the area where the hostile mech was sighted, move up and flush it out.
Ah, signs of intelligent life.
Signs of intelligent life, not here. I'm the one commanding this group. Alright, destroy enemy units, and we only have 1 target at the moment. It's concerning. Let's go around the sides.
Uh-huh. Roger that.
Part of me is really concerned by the fact that we haven't immediately got reinforcements tagged up. It's still only 1 mech. It could be a Mackie. No, Mackie's an assault. Mackie's 100 tons.
Copy.
Got it. I'm going.
I don't even know if there's a Mackie in this. I hope there is. I really hope there is. If there is, I want one. Mackie was the first battle mech. The very first one they built, based on heavy construction equipment, and they whacked armor and some guns on it, and it was actually 100 tons. Wasn't a particularly good mech, but it has ridiculous amounts of armor.
Okay, let's go.
Don't need to tell me twice. On my way.
Yeah, way underarms for an assault mech. Only Charger is worse. Yeah, this is true, but as I said, it was the first battle mech, and what it does make up for in weapons, it does have in armor. They put armor and more armor and more armor and more armor on that fucking thing. It's actually, even by, you know, 30, 40, 30, 50 standards, the Mackie is actually really heavily armored. Not a lot of guns. It's only really armed like a medium, but really heavily armored. Destroy enemy units. That's a tank. And that's most certainly not a heavy.
All weapons committed.
Hey. Moving to position. I'll try. Enemy vehicle destroyed.
Feel like I might be being stalked. We have no objectives on the left-hand side at the moment. Where the hell is this mech?
Engaging jump jets.
Affirmative. Moving.
Alright,
I've got eyes on hostile reinforcements. They're heading
here
your
we go.
way.
Where? Alright, coming from that direction. Well, a Bulldog is a heavy vehicle. I don't think it's quite what we were expecting. Alright, so we have 3 units coming from this direction. One is definitely a mech.
Yeah. Heading out.
Rack these up like they're parking. And let them move in
What?
for a turn. I
No.
want to know what they are before I jump into them. Assassin can't quite make it. Right.
Throttling up for what it's worth.
Should be able to spot it. I quit sounding so depressed. Alright, confirmed it's 3 mechs.
Waiting for orders.
Do not want the lead splitter to be openly exposed. We know what happens to that thing at the moment. We don't know what these are. We have a Locust. No major deal, that's fine. Locust is fine. We have a fire starter. Alright, we got our wish. I wanted a fire starter. We only need 1 part off that thing and we can upgrade to a fire starter as well. I have another one. Question is, what is mech number 3? So mech number 3 is going slower, and it's around the back. So I reckon that's probably our target. Now, 3 evasion pips.
I'm listening.
I'm gonna reserve for 1 turn. Could be worse, like a cicada swarm. Oh no, I'm pretty happy with this so far. This is fine.
I'm here.
Alright. Assassin to engage first.
Advancing,
Engage the fire
I
starter.
guess.
This will basically strip the fire starter of its pips.
I hope
Go
it
straight
hurts.
through them at least. Unknown mech. Okay, this is not what I was expecting.
Waiting on you, Commander.
Alright, well, fire starter is primary target. No, first.
What can I do for you?
Fire starter is the primary target. It can mess with the Phoenix Hawk's heat management.
Got
And
it.
it's kind of the heaviest mech here.
Yeah, critical hit.
Way more. Jump to optimal. Which I think about here should do it. That gives us 2 evasion. Should be more than enough to deal with the Locust.
All weapons committed. Enemy mech. Critical damage detected.
Right here.
We don't need to save the parts on this. We only need 1
Locking
piece.
on and firing it all.
Get out of your mech. You don't need to be
That
staying
there
in
was
that
a
mech
critical
anymore.
hit,
Get
that
out.
was.
All weapons committed.
Cool. Fire starter out of play.
Enemy mech destroyed.
Yeah.
Now, Locust is next major threat. So I'm going to reserve Hulk for a turn.
Whatever you say. Commander.
Alright, Hulk
Confirmed.
first. And we are going to shoot the building up.
Here we go. Target's all gone now.
Damage minimal.
Hey,
Now,
I hear ya.
drill bit. That should be optimal, and that's all of the evasion moved on the Wasps, so this should make a nasty hit.
Commencing Alpha Strike.
That's what I wanted to see.
Another hit like that and you're toast.
I'm here. There. Okay. Enemy mech
Cool.
destroyed.
Yeah. Location confirmed.
Oh, very, very, very silly javelin.
Damage minimal.
Oh, Locust, rather. It didn't move. Which means it has no evasion this turn.
Engaging jump jets. Enemy mech. Critical damage detected.
Good to go. On my way. All weapons are go.
Alright,
Gotcha.
that was it. The heavy was the tank. The heavy actually was the tank. Jibbed.
Mission successful.
Ripped off. Here I'm geared up, waiting for it. Alright, we're going to pop this guy, and we're going to have a heavy mech come in, and we're going to have to deal with the heavy mech, but this is all looking good. No, we'd already done that. It was the fucking Bulldog tank. God damn it. Yeah, well, that went the other way. That went definitely the other way that I was expecting. 200,000 in the bank after drop expenses. And we're going to take that one part fire starter. We should have taken all the money and just gone for one now. God damn it. LRM... Oh, we're taking the LRM 20 though. It's nearly $300,000 worth of missile launcher there. That came out of the Bulldog. Right, we got the SRM-4, jump jets. Jump jets, I probably could have used the heat sinks, not more jump jets, but fair enough. Yeah, what? That was my... Yeah. Apparently the Bulldog was the heavy. You know, the one we destroyed, we just, like, offhand wiped out without having to think about it. That was our heavy. God damn it. Sometimes you get lucky. I wouldn't consider this lucky. I would have liked to have faced something a little bit heavier. Although, we did get our fire starter, so I can't complain too much. Nope, into storage. Mech Bay. I don't think anybody took any damage on that one. Nope, nothing at all. Goodbye, Urban Into storage you go. Rack them up. Actually, we need to adjust the lineup here. So it's Phoenix Hawk, Assassin, Firestarter, Javelin, Falcon. And now we want to pull the other Firestarter out of storage.
Sure thing. We'll see that it's prepped and ready.
And I might set up a second lead spitter, actually. Yeah, that should do it. Alright, so that is us done. There's nothing to repair. There's nothing else to do. We unfortunately didn't get any more parts, but that's alright. Not much else to do on this one. Yeah, my voice is actually starting to go, which is why I'm bringing this one to a close, guys. So we'll pull the pin here. Thank you very much for watching. Sorry about the crackle in the throat and the couple of interruptions related to it. Hopefully the sniffling hasn't been too bad, but alright, we are moving on in the campaign. At the very least, this time we got the 45-ton Phoenix Hawk. So that's one upgrade. We need at least one more of those, and we can start looking at nailing Skull and a Half missions all the time. Once we've got 4 in that 45 to 55 ton category, we can start looking at 2s. And that's when we will start finally digging ourselves out of the hole. We still have to make about 250,000, plus the expenses for our next financial report, which is only due in 8 days. So with the Firestarter ready, Claymore ready in 6, we have enough time for one more mission before that hits, to see whether or not we can make enough mission to get that SLDF ERPPC. I do want to make sure we leave that with that though in our collection, because those are rare to come across. Lost Tech is something we definitely want to collect. Now, okay, those were an odd set of missions. Yeah, they absolutely were. The first one was ridiculously hard. Like, that was just nuts. There was no way we were going to be able to do that. Second one was about expected and worked out pretty well. Third one was odd again. You know, just odd mix. The difficulty levels seem to be all over the shop, but it is what it is. Oh, I'm going to sneeze right when I'm doing the outro. Pardon me for that. But, yeah, overall this has been a pretty good run. I can't complain too much. Now we've finally got a mech under there, and we've actually picked up the second Firestarter too, so our tonnage is going up. Anyways, guys, I'm going to call this one here. Don't curb the Urban Mech, or the Urban Lord comes for you. The Urban Mech is getting curbed. It's not getting sold, though. I'm keeping it. It's just, it has to go back. I've only got one slot in the hangar bay. Yeah, anyways, guys, I'm going to call this one here. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll possibly catch you tomorrow night. We'll see what happens. Anyway, guys, take care.